Hello there, and welcome once again to your number one TV show. I'm Charles CNN Mabika, and boy oh boy, what a flying start to the Premiership, eh? Because last weekend, that was on Saturday, we were at Rufaro Stadium for the Challenge Cup between the reigning league champions Chinuchedu Simba Bora, who took on the winners of the Premier Knockout Tournament, the Chibuku Super Cup from last year, of course. That's Dinamo Dimbare. And what a game it was. 1-1, and it went into extra time. No goals then, penalty shootout, and it promises to be quite a flying season this season. And I hope that you will be able to join us because if you can't come to the stadium, we will be bringing you those matches. They'll be coming fast to you on your screens live on ZBC TV. Right, we're talking the Premiership, like I said, and we are talking about the teams. Two of the teams that were promoted into the Premiership. Well, you do know that the Central Region, we got the Gold Boys. That's Kwekwe United. Yes, the Gold Boys. Eastern Region, we got the Sugar Boys. That's Triangle United. Northern Region, we got Mavira Vira Scotland Football Club. And then Southern Region, we had ZPC Wange, but they then could not make it, and their franchise was taken over by the Panthers Moors Football Club. And I can tell you that we're going to have fun because we are going to be talking to Moors, the Panthers, and later on we'll be talking to the Gold Boys, Kwekwe United. First, on the stage in the hot seat, let's say hello to the chairman of the Panthers. That's Moors Football Club. He is Clayton Arimoso. Clayton, thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, for joining us on Gameplan.
Thank you, CNN.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's great to have you here.
It's good to be here.
Yes. How was the drive from Norton coming here?
Not bad. That's just the usual traffic jams and stuff and drizzle out there. But
you got here in one piece.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for gracing us there. And all the best for the 2025 season. But let's find out. Moors. In case some of you are wondering, Moors, it's MWOS. That's an abbreviation. And it's Moors World of Sport. MOORS World of Sport. Correct. Right. CNN. But for short, it's Moors, MWOS, for the Premiership. How did it all, just briefly, how did it all start? Moors. Where did Moors come from?
Yeah, Moors was actually a brainchild of my boss, Patrick Thompson. Mm-hmm. He has always been a soccer fanatic, and he used to say, one day I want to have a team of my own. Mm-hmm.
Patrick is the patron of the club, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, right.
Yeah, he's the patron of the club. Okay. Well, president.
President of the club.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So one good day in 2019, September, I think, somewhere there, Patrick then decided to actually form a team rather than talk about forming a team.
All right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he approached me along with my other colleague, Gift Chari, and he told us his idea. Guys, listen, I want to start a team. How would we go about it? So we brainstormed. We were three then. We brainstormed, and eventually we came up with an idea to partner one of the schools in Norton and start from there.
Okay.
We started off as an academy, Moors Academy.
What school was that?
St. Eric's School.
Okay, all right.
St. Eric's High School in Norton. That's where my boss actually went to school.
Okay. All right.
So he had a soft spot for the school. He still has a soft spot for the school. So we went to St. Eric's High and approached the authorities there and pitched our idea. And they were also excited to have someone approach them to start a team. From there, the idea was to recruit some of the students, get them into our ranks, and then get the ball rolling, which is exactly what we did. That was 2019, towards the end of 2019. And I'm
going to have to speed you up there. So we just wanted to find out the roots, and then of course you were in Division 1 in 2024 and whatever, and now you are in the Premiership. Correct.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Okay. Sorry just for speeding you up there.
No problem.
Right. Clayton.
Yes.
Moors, in case you didn't know, Moors will be playing their first game this weekend on Sunday at Baobab Stadium. Their home turf of Ngoni Stadium still under renovation. We'll be hearing more about that. But they take on Iposo at Baobab Stadium. That's on Sunday. Baptism of fire. Eh? We'll be talking about that later. But
Sure.
I just want to talk about how you came into the Premiership. This deal with ZPC Wange. What is the deal? Was it just buying, giving them money and say, okay, fine, we'll see you next year? Or you got players as well? What is this deal?
Now, this deal had actually is more than buying the franchise. It had other conditions in the deal. We offered to help them with their junior policy. We offered to help them spruce up their training facilities, their stadium, and a few other things, including donating to 3 schools in Wange as well. So it was more than just buying the franchise. But yes, we also offered players, but our coaches wanted to assess and see if we could be able to take some on board, which I don't think happened.
All right.
Yeah, more or less that's...
Nobody deemed to be good enough for the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The thing is, by the time we purchased the franchise, we had already recruited quite a number.
I see. Okay.
So it was a bit difficult trying to open up spaces for more players.
All right.
And I think that was the biggest challenge.
Okay, right. Yes, you will know that Moors finished second to Scotland in Northern Region Division 1. There's only one automatic ticket and they couldn't go through. And they had to then buy the franchise of ZPC Wange. But you will know the documented controversies surrounding that promotion of Scotland and so on and so on. And Moors eventually got through, through buying that franchise of ZPC Wange. Now, the controversies, one of them was, or where it really boiled, was when Scotland played with Karoi United. Karoi United, popularly known as Chemusha, they're still in Division 1, and they drew 1-1. It was an abandoned game, 7 minutes to go. And it had to go through to the ZIFA disciplinary committee. And the ZIFA disciplinary committee then judged that Karoi United were in the wrong and said Scotland were through. And Karoi United disputed that. They paid money to have that appeal and so on. Now, my question to you there, Clayton, is a lot of people say that because Karoi United are catch-strapped, they were saying, Havana Mari, it was Moors who were financing that appeal. Is that correct?
No, those were just allegations. But before I answer that one, how much is the appeal? How much was the appeal? It was 5,000, I believe.
Which is a lot of money.
Which is a lot of money.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But affiliation into the northern region is about 5,000 as well, 4.6, 4.8, somewhere there. My question is, who was paying their affiliation fees all this time if they were cash strapped? Why now point fingers? Why are you accusing
So in short, Moors were not involved.
No.
You were not involved. Okay, all right. Okay, right. Just wanted to clear that one. Just one there. Okay, if you're just joining us, we are talking to the chairman of the Panthers, that's Moors Football Club, Clayton Arimoso. He's right here in the hot seat. Later on, we'll be talking to the club president of the Gold Boys, Kwekwe United. Right, Moors.
Yeah.
You play. You take on Ibozo, one of the big three in the country. How do you see that one panning out?
That one should be interesting. We've played Boso before in a friendly. This is a competitive match, and we know what comes with a competitive match. And we are ready for it. We know Boso is a household name, and they are friends, by the way. We have a good relationship with them, and we hope it will translate into the field of play and have a really good and entertaining game. But we want to give it our all. And show them we are not pushovers.
Okay. So the place to be for any Moors fan or any Highlanders fan is Baobab Stadium on Sunday. Kickoff is 1500 hours. That's 3 p.m. Who the technical team? Who's your technical team at Moors?
Yeah, our head coach is Lloyd Mutasa. His assistant is Joseph Taringofa.
Oh, Shaba.
Yeah.
Shaba is the assistant to Samaita.
Yes. A good team, that one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then we have a second assistant in the name of Figo, our youngster from Norton. And then we have Divine Moya as the fitness trainer. And we have others like the physiotherapist, a young man called Seychelles. And a few other guys.
Who's the manager of the team?
The manager of the team is Christopher Samakwere.
Okay. Maskiri.
Yes.
So like, household names there as coaches, Lloyd Samaita Mutasa, head coach, Shaba, Joseph Takaringofa, Tantan, Tanganda, later on Caps United, and Maskiri, Christopher Samakwere is the team manager. So that's quite something. Any new signings that we can expect to see this season at the Panthers?
Yeah, we do have new signings. Probably one of the exciting ones is Martin Mapisa. He's the national team goalkeeper. We managed
you got him from Dimbare, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Dimbare, if you didn't know, a goalkeeper, former goalkeeper, I must say, is now at Moors. Our Panthers, Martin Mapisa, right? Okay.
Yeah, and we have two guys from Simba Bora. With other guys like Zambezi. Who else is in there?
That's from the Green Machine, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And quite a good number as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you go into the jungle of the Premiership in Zimbabwe football, what have you set your technical team's targets at? I know you obviously don't want to be relegated, but are you going in there to say, hey, listen, we are going to go and win this Premiership title? Well, what is the target?
Yeah, we are being careful here. We don't want to bite what we can't swallow. So we're not gunning for any glory there. Our biggest target is to stay in there. We want to stay in the Premier League and learn from the best. Dimbare, Highlanders, Caps, learn the ropes.
The big three, yeah?
Yes. And thereafter, well, who knows? 3 years down the line, we might wake up one day and say, Wakoma imbotipeoka. Chinu.
All right, Chinu.
Yes.
Well, Chinu Chedu, that went to Simba Bora. The only team that has done it in Zimbabwe football history, Black Rhinos, back in 1984. The only team who came into the Premiership into the big time and won the league title in their first year, in their debut season. It was almost replicated by ZPC Kariba in 2014. They fell at the last hurdle in the very last match. So Black Rhinos, Chauya Chipembere, still hold that record back from 1984. No team has ever done it. As you move, and Ngoni Stadium, we believe you are financing the renovation. That's your preferred home stadium because your fan base is there. When do you expect that one to be done, the renovations or the upgrading?
Okay, yeah. We are moving as fast as possible to get our stadium ready because our fans love to watch us in Ngoni Stadium. So we are doing this for our fans. We want to finish as quickly as time can permit. So we're looking at a month, give or take a week.
Oh, this season?
Yeah,
oh, right.
Definitely,
okay.
definitely. We are not waiting.
All right.
No, we're not waiting. Yeah.
Oh, so we will be there at Ngoni Stadium. So we will be able to see you there if you are a Moz fan at Ngoni Stadium. The Panthers will be there, as the chairman is saying. But that will be quite something. Now, your fan base, right, is concentrated in Norton, but Norton are in Mashonaland West Province. What steps are you taking, or have you taken any steps to make sure that fan base goes right around Mashonaland West Province? Okay,
yeah, I'll correct you there. We don't want to be known as a team from Mash West. We want to be known as a team from Zimbabwe. So we're actually gunning for the whole of Zimbabwe.
Okay, right, okay, good. I was just saying, isn't it proper, perhaps, isn't it more important to solidify? Okay.
I know.
Yeah, but you want to take the whole of Zimbabwe by storm. All right. Okay, right. It just then, thank you so much, Clayton Arimoso. It just leaves me to thank the chairman of the Panthers, Moz Football Club. That's MWOS, but proper name MOORS, Moz. Moz. That's Moz, right? That's the special name, World of Sport. Right, we are just going for a teeny winny bit. Like I said, we'll be seeing Moz at Baobab Stadium on Sunday against Ibose. When we come back from the teeny winny break, we will be having the representative from the Gold Boys, Kwekwe United. So don't go away, we'll be right back.
Is law really the law if it cannot protect this vulnerable child? Is law really the law if it cannot protect the rights and interests of the child in question?
Amendment number 2013, in section 14 is written, the government should do everything in its power to create employment. For who? For youth and women. We, as a delegation, are saying that the legalization of prostitution will make sure to some extent that there is employment creation.
Let me take this opportunity to highlight to the nation and everyone that for those who are not satisfied in their relationships, our Marriages Act is clear. They are free to get many wives as they can. According to section 5 of the new Marriages Act, there is customary law.
We need to understand that AI is created by a human mind. Therefore, there is need that AI and the human mind be in complementation of each other in order to be able to carry out tasks.
As the opposition, we are here to expose the devil, the clever devil, artificial intelligence. It is not the genius in residence we have been made to believe. It is just a clever imitation and not a big deal. Artificial intelligence, artificial, as the name suggests.
Yes, welcome back. The Premiership is flying. We flew last weekend at Rufaro and we'll be flying all over this weekend. Really exciting stuff. It looks like it's going to be quite something. Of course, tomorrow, we mustn't forget the mighty warriors, the girl child, out for revenge against Angola. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. But right now, let's say hello to the club president of the Gold Boys. That's Kwekwe United, who won the automatic ticket from the Central Region with still 3 games to play. What an achievement. He is Dr. Phil Makekera. Doc, thank you so much for gracing us on Game Plan. It's good to have you here.
Thank you very much, CNN. It's a pleasure to be here, and I must say it's amazing finally to be with you.
All right.
I've just seen you from a distance,
All
so
right.
it's a pleasure for me. Thank you very much.
Exactly. You never knew you would be sitting alongside CNN. Well, it's happened. Congratulations for getting that automatic ticket into the Premiership. Just briefly, Doc, how did the Gold Boys start Kwekwe United?
Okay, it's a very long story, but I'm going to be very brief.
Yes, very brief.
So the team started in Chegutu at Fupajena Stadium. I came on a holiday, August holiday, school holiday with my 2 kids. I've got 2 boys. So we took our ball and started kicking the ball on the pitch. And before we knew it, there were a couple of kids that came around and we started playing. And then I thought, wow, why not start an academy? So I started Hartley Academy, which competed in Division 1 Eastern Region. Yeah. And that was in 2014. And we nearly won the promotion.
We lost it. Say that. You lost to Yada, didn't you?
No, we lost it to Mumhari City.
Mumhari City, okay, Mumhari City, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
But
that's how Kwekwe United started.
Hang on a minute.
Okay,
so,
all right.
So Hartley Academy, and then we moved from Eastern Region to join the Central Region, and we rebranded the team from Hartley Academy to Kwekwe United. That was in 2018. So Kwekwe United was born in 2018 as a rebranding of Hartley Academy.
Right.
So we were initially based in Bizo. We played at Bizo Stadium in Baghdad. Those were the stadiums that we were using at the time. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay, all you fans of the Gold Boys, Kwekwe United, if you didn't know, your team plunges into the Premiership on Saturday. They take on Madamburo Ngesi Platinum at Bata Stadium in Gweru. Now, talking about that, Doc, Bata Stadium in Gweru, did you opt for that? Thought you would be closer to home in Kwekwe?
Unfortunately, it's nothing that we envisaged ourselves or anything that we planned. We want to play in Kwekwe, and we are disappointed that we can't play in Kwekwe at the moment because there are a few challenges that we have faced. We're hoping to use Toad Stadium as our main ground, but unfortunately, up to now, we haven't got the lease agreed. It's going through the management of Zisco, the owners of the stadium. And unfortunately, Chawanda Stadium is not yet completed as well. So we are now finding ourselves playing in Gweru as opposed to be in Kwekwe. But we are working tirelessly day and night to make sure that we come back to Kwekwe as soon as possible, because Kwekwe is our home.
That's right.
Yeah, and we want to play our games in Kwekwe. So hopefully, after maybe the first 2 months of the league games will be back in Kwekwe, hopefully.
That's right.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. Here's an appeal to the powers that be there at Zisco. Please drive fast, because Kwekwe United want to be based in Kwekwe. But doesn't mean that they won't give it a fight against the Platinum. Right, let's carry on. Just give us your full complement of the technical team. Well, not full, maybe the head coach, the assistant coach, coaches, and the manager.
Okay, so our head coach is Saul Chaminuka.
Matsibaba.
Yeah. And first assistant is Clement Zuze. And
former player for Chapungu.
Yes.
Yeah.
And second assistant is Binoni Mahlengwane.
Yep.
And team manager is Limited Chikafa.
Wow, Limited Chikafa, the former Green Machine striker. All right.
Yeah.
Manager. All right.
Unfortunately, I'm not a Green Machine supporter, but hey, there we go.
You're not a Green Machine. Well, do you have any other team besides Kwekwe United in Zimbabwe?
Yes, absolutely. I've always been a Dynamos fan.
Oh,
so,
all right. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth. So you can expect to go to Pamchatamba ne makepe ne Green Machine. Vani wachona fanike the Gold Boys Idimbari. Those are it.
Unfortunately,
and you also wear blue, eh?
Yes.
Oh, my way. Wait for that game. I'm going to be there at that game. When the Caps United is supposed to say, oh, President Wajano Sabdaji, Dimbare, Miraton. Anyway, let's move on.
Thank you.
I love that one. So, Doc, if you're just joining us, we're talking to Doc Phil Makekera. He's the club president and director of Kwekwe United. Now, Doc, we know that the Premiership is quite tough. It's quite tough to sustain sponsorship and so on and so on. And you, at the moment, you are the sole financier of Kwekwe United. Are you going to be able to carry that through?
Absolutely. I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that I provide the resources that are needed for the whole season. We are actively looking for sponsors to come on board, and we are also looking for partners to join us so that we can walk the path together. So who knows, maybe things will change in the near future, but at the moment we haven't got a sponsor. I think it's also important to mention that we have some partners that have joined us.
Okay,
so
that's good.
To make a note, we have MedPoint pharmacies. They have joined us, so we appreciate their contribution to the team. There's no small contribution. Every contribution is very, very important. So we are hopeful that maybe once the games start, we'll have some more people coming in to join us as sponsors or partners. So we are open to sponsorship and partnership. Yes.
Right. You did, I'm sure you were watching the show and you heard me ask Clayton Arimoso their ambition, what is the target and so on. He said, well, you heard his response. What is your ambition? What have you told your technical team led by Madzibaba Sol Chaminuka to go for in this Premiership?
We are here to compete. We are not pushovers. We are not here to make numbers. We want to compete, and we want to make sure that we survive relegation. We don't want to go back to Division 1. So we are here to stay in the Premier League, and that's our main objective. And also, we want to help develop players. We have been developing players over the years. We have got big names from when we started as Hartley Academy that have gone on to play for the national team. And
tell us some of those, sorry to butt in, tell us some of those who have gone on to play for the national team from Hartley Academy. I'm sure the millions of viewers you would like to find out. Hey, Hartley Academy. Sorry to butt in there.
No, that's okay. So we had Nelson Chajga, who is now at Scotland.
Maoko.
Yes.
That's a nickname. Yeah.
That's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
Nelson Chajga.
He joined us when he was 16. Wow. And I'm proud to say we groomed him, and we had Wellington Taderera. Yes, you also played
Black
for
Rhinos.
and he played for
Highlanders.
Yes, and we have also, had coaches that came through our hands. The likes of Herbert, the likes of Town with at ZPC, Herbert at Tel 1.
Okay, that's Jompano. Herbert Marua came through Hartley Academy.
Yes, and Claudius Wies at Ngezi Platinum as the goalkeepers coach. He came through Hartley. And not to forget Tekshua Chiragwi. He was my left back.
All right.
He played for my team.
Okay, Tekshua Chiragwi. Yeah, that's Deco.
Yes, Deco.
Madam. So maybe he'll do you a favor when you play him on, do you think, on Saturday?
No, I don't think so. but I think they are under pressure because they are the reigning, they are the former champions.
The former won it in 2023.
Yes, and also I think we are newcomers, and they've got a lot of pressure to deliver. We don't have that pressure, and most importantly, we have played friendlies against them. And
how did those pan out?
Yeah, they've never beaten us. The last friendly game we played, we beat them 2-0 at Baobab. So I think everything is against them coming into this game. So the pressure is not on them. We are the underdogs.
Mind games, Deco. The mind games. Beware, Deco of the Gold Boys. They're coming to dig for you. So just in case you've forgotten, the Gold Boys, that's Kwekwe United, host Madamburo Ngezi Platinum at Butter Stadium in Gweru. And we are talking to the club president and director of the Gold Boys, Doc Phil Makekera. Very exciting. And you did say we're there to survive. You're just there to survive. You don't want to go out there and maybe try for it, like what Black Rhinos did back in 1984?
Football is football. Anything is very possible. Like I said, we take each game at a time, and we are here to compete. So we might finish top 10, we might finish top 5, who knows? But our main objective is to make sure that we survive relegation, and we are going to survive by competing. There's no other way. So we are going to give a big fight.
Okay.
And we promise our fans to come in numbers to support the team. We need the 11th man. The 12th man.
The 12th,
the 12th man. It's very, very important. So for us to be successful on the pitch, we need the 12th man. So we can promise them that we are going to compete. We not pushovers, and let the game begins.
All right. Doc, just going back to the stadium issue. I did say I hope that the powers that be at Zisco, you drove fast so that the Gold Diggers can use Toad Stadium. How about the other stadiums? Chawanda Stadium, when is that going to be ready?
Unfortunately, I can't comment on that. I'm hoping that it will be as soon as possible. But there's work ongoing there. We normally go and check as well as interested parties, but I can't specifically say it will be ready by such a time. I leave it to them. We are just there to support if they need our support, and we are also hoping to be beneficiaries of the beautiful stadium that they are building. They are doing a great job, and we constantly in touch with Chawanda and his people. So we are excited about the project, and I think it's something that we need as a nation, not only in Kwekwe but as a nation. So for what Chawanda is doing in Kwekwe, it's amazing, and we really appreciate it. And these are the things that we need for our community development. And we are the only Premier League in Kwekwe at the moment. Unfortunately, we are having to play in Gweru. It's not an ideal situation. It's for the benefit of our community, because we believe that bringing Premier League in Kwekwe develops our local community, and also it improves our local economy. So businesses are losing out on potential business by us playing away from home. So we are hoping that Chawanda might be, completed as soon as possible. Then we can all benefit from the beautiful structure that they are building.
I'm sure the powers that be as well. I did talk about the powers that be at Zisco and at the Premier Soccer League. The acting CEO, Rodwell Tabe. I think once that's done, I think there will be no, I'm sure Rodwell, they will have no problem in getting the Gold Diggers Kwekwe United to play in Kwekwe. Correct? Yes, I'm sure. Now, we've talked about, Nelson Chajga, Mawoko, the Warriors goalkeeper. You must, watch his. Anyway, Mawoko and Nelson Chajga. Wow, that's something else. If you haven't looked at his hands, came through Hartley Academy. Are we going to see any new faces, exciting faces, putting on the blue jersey of the Gold Diggers?
Yes, we have a good team. I think a balanced team. We've got seniors, players that have played in the Premier League, and
who are those?
We've got Dennis Dauda, Agrippa Murimba. We've got Hilary Bakacheza. We've got Timothy January. Just to mention a few.
It's from How Mine. Yeah, experience. Timothy January from How Mine. Quite an experience. Hilary Bakacheza, formerly with FC Platinum. His dad, his dad was a very striker for Mangura FC, Rafael Bakacheza.
So I heard.
Yeah,
And we also have our local boy, Masimba Mambare, is with us.
Oh, Masimba Mambare is, do you remember? You remember we used to call him Masimba Mudimbare Mambare, but he's no longer Mudimbare. He's now Gold Digger, the Gold Boys. All right, he's now at Kwekwe. Wow,
and we have some youngsters that I think will do very well. They are not scared of the big boys. They are there to compete, and they are there to showcase their skills and what they are made of. So I think we have a balanced team. So it's great times for us and for Zimbabwe, I think, because we've got some youngsters, 17-year-old, 18s, 19s. So it's a very good combination, and I think it will be exciting to have that mixture in our team, a mixture of experience and youngsters who are there to, be known. So they are competing in the big league.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
That's
so
right.
I'm actually excited and looking forward to, the start of the game. So come Saturday, we'll be so excited to finally see the team competing on the pitch. Yeah.
I just want to talk, you talked about your two boys. I just thought about that. The first time that you went to Fupajena Stadium with your two boys back in 2014, did you say?
Yes.
20. That's 10 years ago. What has happened to those two boys?
One is in academia, and the firstborn, who is 18, he's a professional footballer.
Okay.
And he's been around.
What's his name and where does he play? You see that this show program, very inquisitive game plan.
Yeah, his name is Chris, and he's been with Southampton Academy, and he played for West Brown, and fortunately he had an injury, and now he's playing for our local team in our small town where we live, and I'm hoping to convince him to come and play for Kwekwe United.
Yeah,
so
for the Gold Boys.
Yeah, so you never know, you might see him playing for the team. So we are hopeful, fingers crossed.
Chris Makekera.
Yeah.
So we might be seeing Chris Makekera anytime. And the other one?
His name is Josh.
He's the young one, is he?
He's the young one, yeah.
How old is he now?
He's 16.
Okay. Who does he play for?
He's not playing football. He's into education.
Oh, he's into education.
Yeah.
And maybe he will run the club after that or something like that.
Yeah, he likes figures like me. So
all right.
who knows?
Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, let's talk. Let's go back on the pitch. Doc. What message do you have right now for the Gold Boys fans? I know you have told us that you just want to go in there, size it up, not to be too overexcited and go for the league title like what Black Rhinos did. What message can you have right now for the Gold Boys?
I think the main message is to our supporters to come in numbers, support the team in every way that you can. Come in numbers. We need you, and the team needs you. This is your team. This is the pride of Kwekwe. So it is very important for every supporter to come and support and be there for the team. When things are down, cheer the team, motivate them. They need that. So I'm hoping that the fans will turn out and we'll have a good game against Ngezi Platinum Stars. And remember, we are playing at home, so
that's right.
We need to have the fans.
Your temporary home.
Yes,
that's Butter Stadium.
Absolutely. So we want the supporters to come in numbers to support the team, and that's the message. And I also promise our supporters that we'll do everything and anything that we can to make sure that we are competing and we are going to give a big fight. We are not there to just make up numbers. We are there to compete. Okay. And that's what I promise our supporters, and we'll do everything to make sure that the team survives and the team has all the resources they need to compete at the highest level.
Okay, Doc, I'm going to pressure you because you did say, you see, you're not going to be too overexcited and gun for the league title or whatever. Who do you think will win the league title in 2025? You didn't see that one coming, did you?
No, not at all. You've put me on the spot.
That's what I always do.
I think this season is going to be very exciting. I think Caps United has got a very big chance. And I think watching the weekend game, I think Simba Bora will also give a big fight. I think they've got a very good team, and they are playing exciting football. I also think that my team will be right there.
I was going to ask you that to say, what about your team? Other team, of
my
course.
Other team, Dynamos. I think they will be there as well. They, never ever write off Dynamos. No matter what, they will be there competing, and I think this time around they've got some exciting youngsters as well. Okay. I think they will be up there. I think it will be very interesting to see how Scotland will play. I think they've got a lot of stars, but I'm not too sure how they're going to play. Okay. I'm not too sure.
All right, I'll have to butt in there. Doc, I wish we could have gone on and on and on, but thank you so much for that. And all the best against Madame Buro, whom you've beaten before. They've never beaten you. And all the best for 2025.
Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Right. Many thanks there. That was the club president and director of the Gold Boys Kwekwe United, Dr. Phil Makekera. Yes, so that's just about it. I hope you enjoyed Mo's hearing the insight from Mo's, and now the insight from the Gold Boys. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV from everybody from the ZBC TV sports crew, fronted by our producers, Bevan Srinurai, Stuart Suriwa, and Tinashe Manyoni. Yes, we say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, CNN Mabika. Until we meet again tomorrow when the mighty Warriors take on Angola, it's bye-bye for now.
you, Zimbabwe, for tuning into yet another informative edition of your program. You are watching Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030. Now, today we are coming to you from Mashonaland West Norton at Farnley Farm, where we are going to be looking at commercial tobacco production with Graham Smith, who's undertaking his venture sustainably, working with organizations that are experts when it comes to production of fertilizers and chemicals that speak to our environmental friendly regulations in line with farming with future generations in mind. Stay tuned. Thank you so much, Graham, for affording us such an opportunity to come and look at your cropping ventures. I can tell that we are standing within a beautiful sea of tobacco with no sucker inside. Properly topped, weed management is on point. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Morning, MADZINZA, and thank you for having me.
Yes, as we get into our discussion, Graham, I want us to look at mainly how you maintained your quantity and your quality throughout the various stages of tobacco production. Let us look at the herbicides that you used when it came to your seedbed production management.
So basically, on our seedbeds, we only use a grass herbicide in our seedbeds to prevent the grass. We hand weed the broadleaves. And generally that controls our weed as much as we need to within the seedbeds.
Okay, looking in the field now from the seedbed into the field, there is excellent weed control. I understand that at times you'd find that if there is infestation of weeds, then it becomes a home for insect pests. It also tends to increase the temperatures, which might lead to false ripening or even rot of the leaves. Let us talk about your weed management in this field. What sort of chemicals did you use? Maybe you'd want to highlight the active ingredients in those chemicals, the measurements per unit area. What was it like for you when it came to weed management?
Yeah, thanks, MADZINZA. So we use quite an intensive program to try and prevent as much hand weeding as possible to save on costs. So we start off at planting. We use 2 herbicides, Authority, which basically controls nut sedge as its main item that you're trying to control with, but it also controls other broadleaves. And then we use Jewel, which is also to control broadleaves as well as grasses. Later on, once the crop is established, and any time you can come in with another product which we use called Command to control any late weed germination, and that's how we control our weed.
Okay, normally after bud topping, that's when farmers start wrestling with suckers. What chemicals did you use, and at what level did you begin your bud topping? And also, what chemicals did you use when it comes to sucker control? I understand that there are dangers of leaving your field, abandoning it and leaving it to suckers. Let us talk about the chemicals and also the active ingredient when it came to sucker control.
Sure. So in terms of our system, we wait until we've got 10% of our crop is ready to top at the height we want. And we determine the topping height by the vigor of the crop. So if the crop is looking vigorous, we will go up to 20 leaves. If it's a medium crop, we'll go to 18 leaves. And if it's looking on the weaker side because of excess rain or something like that, we'll top down to 16. Even within this crop itself, our average topping height is 18, but we've got areas at 20 and areas at 16, depending on soil type.
Okay.
In terms of the chemicals themselves, we use Contact and a systemic saccharide. We mix the two from day one. We use the Contact is mixed at approximately 50:1, also varies depending on vigor of crop, and we mix it together with the systemic at a rate of 25:1.
Okay.
And we will do an initial application when we first start topping the field across every plant, and thereafter as we top a plant we'll then top up the chemical with a second application over the top.
Okay.
After that, when we are suckering, because you will still get suckers occasionally, as we take the sucker off, we dab the same mixture of chemical where that sucker has been removed, because there is potential for 3 suckers on every leaf axil, and we try to prevent those other suckers from coming through.
Before we look at insect pest and disease management, I want us to look briefly on fertilizer application. I understand that fertilizer is the core essence when it comes to tobacco production. To have this big leaf, to have this huge healthy leaf, you have to be using your fertilizer and you have a regime that is fit for your soils. I want us for starters to look at the importance of having soil test and analysis. I understand that they also double down when it comes to having your soil tested. Is another service that they offer. Let us look at importance of soil analysis, soil testing, and using fertilizers in line with the recommendations of the organization.
Absolutely, it starts with soil analysis. If you're not doing soil analysis, you are just throwing fertilizer that may or may not be used by the crop. So you need to establish very early on what your soil balance is in terms of the nutrition, and also, more importantly, the pH of the soil.
Okay.
So we get basically at the end of the rainy season, around April, May. We do our soil analysis, we start our land prep, and from that soil analysis, the first thing we look at is our pH.
Okay.
Do we need to apply lime? Do we need to apply gypsum to ameliorate the soil in a condition where the nutrients can be used to the maximum benefit? In a high acid soil, if you apply lots of fertilizer, a lot of it will be locked up in the soil and not available to the plant. So it's absolutely critical to get your pH sorted out. We apply both rock lime as well as rock gypsum. And then, in addition, where required, we will also put in a soluble form of lime and calcium in the soil to get our pHs exactly right, so that we're getting the maximum benefit of the fertilizer compound and nitrogen products that we put on. From the time of planting, we put our compound down. Here we're using a 500 kgs a hectare of tobacco compound. And then we add additional calcium ammonium nitrate at planting, approximately 120 kgs a hectare. We then monitor the plant at around about 6 weeks as the plant is starting to grow vigorously. We will judge the condition of the crop, how vigorous it is. If it needs extra boosting, we will then come in with calcium nitrate. The reason we use calcium nitrate is because it is quickly available to the plant within a very short period of time. And also, it doesn't have a long lifespan in the soil, because at that stage you don't want excessive nitrogen in your crop, otherwise it becomes very poor quality, and curing it goes brown.
Yes.
So those three products are working extremely well for us, and it is exactly what we've used in the crop we're standing in right now, which is our October planting. We did the same on our September planting, our irrigated crop. This is a supplementary crop. And it looks like this year we're hoping to achieve at least 3,000 to 3,800 kgs a hectare on our irrigated crop, which we're very happy with. And on this crop, it's still early days to say, but it certainly has a very good yield potential.
Now, Graham, you'd find that generally within the farming community, there's sort of like a frenzy. People